Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast on global affairs, foreign policy, and international trends. Today's episode is going to touch on a very timely and controversial topic that affects how countries are seen, how they act, and how they survive in a world full of conflict and change. We're talking about neutrality. What does it mean to be a neutral country, long promoted and a peaceful and multi-vector foreign policy? It's been a cause for peace talks for many countries, and it has worked to keep peace across the world and positive relations with with all of the countries. So guys, I want to hear your versions on how do you think about this?
Well, I think about that neutrality in modern world is very important. I can say why I think like that, because if you take a look on the history, we can see that in like World War II, Switzerland was fully neutral, and it gave it opportunity to stay stable in financial way, in political way, by staying neutral and not taking any sides. It did not take sides, but it only take opportunities that only benefit their side, their Switzerland side. So I think in modern world it's pretty much same as it was before, because right now taking one side or saying stuff against the other side can lead to very disasterful consequences.
I just knew that someone is going to talk about Switzerland.
We also knew that.
I also want to add, for example, as Yirnu said, we can see that neutrality is helping to avoid conflicts. And in the modern world, as we recently know about the wars, and I really like that we stayed like neutral position, because I think that this is a winning place for us. Because when we are not involving to the conflict, but I can say that it's like have some negative effects on us. We just stay in our neutrality, and yes.
But isn't avoidance a bad thing? How do you guys think?
Switzerland is a great example, but mostly I think it's an exception, not how it works. For example, even though they choose neutrality, they are living as they are living now, not because they choose it. Because it's mostly happening because of their multiple factors. For example, that they have a good base to start from. They have good economical conditions. They have good geographical conditions. Their economics were good from the beginning, not because they choose neutrality. So I think not all the countries would be as Switzerland if they choose neutrality, because all of them have what Switzerland had from the beginning. So, for example, for them, neutrality does not secure their position, but they may affect badly for other countries.
Neutrality doesn't mean safety in modern foreign policy systems, in my opinion. And also, neutrality doesn't mean safe anymore, because even neutral countries like Switzerland may face cyber attacks, and being neutral doesn't stop problems from coming to you for countries.
So, as I heard, Ayajan said that like Switzerland has good conditions for keeping neutrality.
Yes, as a base.
So you're saying that neutrality isn't always possible.
Yes. For undeveloped countries.
So neutrality isn't always possible, but right now neutrality is like the only way to be somewhat safe, because if you choose one side, you cause political instability in the world, and if you choose the other side, you do the same. Right now, we don't want world to separate in two camps like it was in Cold War. We don't want our world to be this side, and this side. If you don't choose, you lose. Right now, the neutral way is the safest way to a country to evolve on its own. Neutrality I think neutrality is the best choice, and neutrality is the way for strong countries. Because if country is weak, it needs support from other countries. Our country, Kazakhstan, is neutral in all ways, and as we can see, we can easily grow up on our own. We hit like 20 million people. The latest news, we hit 20 million people. Our economy grows, and we didn't choose any side. So I think, yes, neutrality is the way of strong countries.
And also, I think that neutral countries, they can serve as trusted mediators. For example, Kazakhstan once hosted in the Astana talks in Syria, and I think that was like we view that we are neutral, but we also can be as a trusted mediators. We can be like a safe place for the countries. And also, I think that if you're choosing one side, it can return back to you, and not in a positive way. Everyone in history remember about it, so it can also be like returned to you, but in the back, so or in the bad.
Taking place causes you some consequences.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I heard that Yurnur was talking about, Kazakhstan. If we say the situation that Kazakhstan is in, you know that Kazakhstan is like between two big countries, as Russia and China. And if Kazakhstan rejects neutrality, how do you think, is it the best option for us? Like, if you are against it?
I think that if country don't choose a side, we as a country don't have a voice in these conflicts or something. So in my opinion, as you mentioned before, that countries, if the weak country needs support, they create like allies and something. But as we can see, the most developed and the most smartest countries, as you say, and the others create allies in all the challenges.
So you think we don't have a voice because we're neutral?
No, it's not mean that we don't have a voice as a neutral country. It means that we not a part of this allies, strong allies as NATO and G7, as I mentioned before. We're not invited in the.
So the point you want to give that we don't have a voice, so they don't.
Countries don't have much power and don't have a voice in the big choices that big allies create.
The thing that neutral countries have, we don't have a couple of strong allies. We have peaceful relations with all countries. Being neutral helps you to be positive with everyone. Not just you don't have enemies. For my opinion, I don't want to be enemies with Aruzhan just because Mariam is enemies with Aruzhan. I want to be neutral I want to be neutral in my life, and I think neutrality in political life is pretty much the same.
But
Yeah.
being not neutral now may lose your friends later, I think. It's like a lot of Western countries and all the world need an answer, which side we pick or something, I think, in the conflicts.
Neutrality may be good for now. It doesn't work for long term.
Yes.
It may affect the security risk. Neutrality does not guarantee you the security for all the time. You will have to choose one side from at one point. So it's not for a long-term thing.
And also you said that like your friend's enemy is not your enemy, as I get it. But what if like Mariam treats bad Malika and Malika now hates Mariam, but you are friends? Will you hate Mariam?
No, because it's not.
Why? She hurt your friend.
It's not my war. It's clearly between two of them. And as I said earlier, for I can say, the Luxembourg doesn't have any relations with Russia, but right now they are enemies, and I think it's pretty bad for them, for how I can see.
Yeah, I think that every country needs to decide, like, not appearing to the other's opinion. And I also, can I make a question? Ask a question? For example, yeah.
Of course.
For example, if there are a conflict between two countries, you mean like your which country you want to support, the aggressive one or the country who was harmed by the aggressive country? Because
Country that gives more benefits.
because I think we obviously with about the neutrality. If, for example, we choose the sides, I think that the worst one is choosing the aggressive country, because I think it will have like big consequences if just the country who is aggressive taking the another one, like, yes, let's press them.
But you said that the worst decision is like taking place, like supporting the aggressive country. So you believe that in conflicts we have aggressive side and the side that is victim. So isn't the best option for you, like from your logic, is to support victim side?
This project was created by students and young creators of the IRF Diplomacy Media Lab, a media space of the Faculty of International Relations at Al-Farabi KazNU. Together, we explore diplomacy, creativity, and communication in a changing world. Support our work by subscribing to the channel, leaving your comments, and sharing your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Let's keep the dialogue going, because diplomacy starts with communication. IRF Diplomacy Media Lab, where diplomacy meets creativity.